Greetings once again, fellow girls, guys, and gamers. This is Small Archangel welcoming you to another episode of Rising World Survival and see how my garden grows very nicely. I'm going to have to take one of those melons though and sort of fill in the gap that's there because it's sort of bothering me. The other crops are doing very nicely. We could do with some more crops to kind of go along that wall there, just to sort of fill in that gap there. We haven't got all the crops planted in the garden here by any means. You can see probably that I've tidied up the path a little bit since the last episode as well. Thank you to David Garrison for pointing out that we can use the page down key while placing gravel, and it also seems to work with other terrain items as well, like dirt or stone, and that will make it land flat and level rather than piling up in that annoying way it has. So that's very helpful. Do keep your advice coming, folks. It is helpful because you don't tend to discover absolutely everything while you play this game. So if we share, we can all learn more. Isn't it always that way? So we are in this episode. We have done in the last episode. We did this this area, our living area. I have since the last episode put a chest there. Unfortunately, it's clipping through slightly, so I'm not sure if there's anything I can really do about that. I can actually pick it up from there. It doesn't have anything in at the moment, so I'll maybe, but I'd probably have to. I don't know. I'd have to clip it through the wall there in order to, and I can't really take that wall out, so I'm not sure if there's anything we can do about that. I would like, ideally, to put cabinets in above there, but I'm not sure if it's going to be possible. The only way we're going to be able to do that is to kind of sink them through the floor above, but again, don't think we can actually do that unless we can take some of the blocks out and, you know, make it sort of flush. Might mess with that off camera if I've got time. Time is a slightly scarce resource at the moment. I've also put a painting up above our dining table there, and I've placed it nice and centrally, so I sort of had to move the dining table and chairs as well because they just weren't in line, which was no good at all. So we've got more or less our living area down here completed, which means that today we are going to be decorating our second level of the lighthouse here, which is going to be our bedroom area. So this means that at long last I'm not going to have to be sleeping in the basement on in a tent any longer, which is going to be nice for me. Okay, so this open plan area here is kind of like just an entrance area to our it's a landing basically. It's a very large and generous landing, and if we had such a thing as an easel, we'd probably set up a little art studio here or something, or maybe on a higher level, I'm not sure. As it is, I think probably what we want to do is place a couch here and maybe some occasional tables and plants and that kind of guff. So let's go see if we've got anything that we can do with that. Oh yeah, doormat. I forgot. I placed a doormat as well. It's of no great import. So let's go to our saw bench. Now at the moment I don't have very much on me. We're going to need, if we want to make a couch or a chair or something, we're going to need cloth, and that's it here. So I'll get that. I'll not take too much stuff because we'll end up with a full inventory if we do that. We'll see what we can make. So seating. We're going to see a couch. Now, this is the only kind of couch we really have. And then there's benches, but hey, they're all right outside. They're not so good inside. Office chair. We will have an office at some point, but I'm wanting a study library area on one of the upper floors, really. Wicker beach chair. Nice. I haven't really got space for one of those, and that would look kind of silly, perhaps up there. And thrones, not really. We built a castle to accommodate one of those, so I think it's going to be a case of maybe, yeah, a couch, armchair, that kind of thing. Let's see what colourways we got. Do you know what? I think probably, I hate it with this bit, probably just sort of white, or maybe we want a stronger colour than that. That's kind of off-white. Beige, that would look a little bit too IKEA, wouldn't it, really? We could go for red, I suppose. We're in a lighthouse after all. Let's do that. Let's go for red there. And then we'll see if we've got some tables we can use as well. Okay, so here we go. We've got our couch here. I'll just see if I can use G to get it nice and central. And actually, given that we can see the red, there's that one actually on the floor. Go ahead, there it is. given we can see the red of the lighthouse outside there, that's red leather as well. Nice, I like it. That actually tones in really, really well. And I've got a couple of tables. I've just got little diddly ones for the moment. Let's see. Do we want to place them? We probably want to place these either side, don't we, of our couch, sort of within reach, perhaps. I mean, we sort of lack furniture in this game a little bit. We don't have ever so much of it. Possibly we want this to go against a wall if it will, and it doesn't look like it will. Do you know what it will do if we ignore G, won't it? There we go. We'll do that, and we'll place one to mirror it on the other side. Again, we just need to turn it around a little bit. Are these equilateral? I don't think they're quite equilateral, actually, are they? That is the correct orientation. So let's just see. Have I got this? I have not got that the right way around, have I? Again, being ever so slightly OCD, also known as picky, helps when you're decorating houses. There we are. And we're also going to place a couple of plants. Now, I haven't got these absolutely the same type of plants, but that's okay. This one, in point of fact, might be a little bit on the large side. I'm not sure. Yes, it is a little bit on the big side. So we'll actually place that there. There we go. Lovely. And again, I use red pots because, oh yeah, actually that is pretty nice. Now, do we have? Yes, we do. I'm organised, you see, folks. Today, I am organised today. I am mainly being organised. I will regret saying that. All right, so, again, let's hit G. We'll just shrink this to fit because it was last used to make a very large painting for the kitchen area. And maybe we'll make it a little bit more sort of portrait shaped like that, and perhaps a little bit wider. That fills the space nicely. And then this should snap to the right kind of, there we go. But we do want a better image than a rug, don't we? How about that one? That one is going to be just about perfect, isn't it? Yes, as with all my other builds, I have managed to get some specific images which I thought would go along with the theme, and I love the colours in that one as well. I think that's really nice with this. We'll probably have some paintings there as well. This whole place is going to look like a gallery when we're finished, but I haven't got any wood frames, to make some more of them for the moment. As it is, that makes a really nice welcome area. Whoops, when we're coming up here. We also probably want to put a rug on the floor there as well. Yeah, that'll do for the time being. That's nice. I like it. Now, we're going to move on to the master bedroom. This one is a little bit more, well, all the rooms up here are kind of an awkward shape due to the fact that our lighthouse is, well, it's as round as it possibly can be, and this room and the room opposite are even more of an awkward shape because this side of them is kind of more or less hexagonal, whereas this end is a little bit more sort of boxy. And that's because of the way that we've got this laid out. So we've got this little corridor around so we can go all the way around there to access the rooms. We've got the bathroom at the back. We've got the master bedroom to our right as we're facing the stairway. And we've got our second bedroom, aka kids' bedroom, to the left. So basically, this area here, if you had a bedroom this shape, what on earth would you do with it? Well, first of all, I think the bed should go in this area here. And what I'm wanting to try is something a little bit different with that. So, in the sense of exploration, I have no idea how this is going to work out, so just bear with me. Okay, so here we go. If you remember, if you saw the construction part of this process, you'll remember we sort of did this kind of slightly strange looking wood on the wall in the master bedroom here. And my plan, I've got some blocks left and I've also crafted some more. My plan is to sort of try and box in this area a little bit and make kind of a cabin bed. Now, we're going to mostly require these blocks because we're on a diagonal here. So I guess we're going to have to start. Should we start there and actually literally try and make it go across? I'm not sure if this is even going to work. Let's see if there's... Is that going to give us enough space there? We're probably safest trying to start it from here. Awkward already. There we are. There, and then of course we're going to have to get rid of that. Let's just arm ourselves with our lump hammer, because that actually takes blocks away quicker, a little bit quicker, and saves them as well. So there we go. Unfortunately, we've got red there, haven't we? And I'm not sure if there's anything much we can do about that. Maybe we'd be better off just putting a square block in there. That's probably going to be the safest thing to do, isn't it? Like so. Even if it's a slightly weird shape, we don't care. That's cool. And then probably what we're going to have to do, we're probably going to have to just fill that all in. Now that's going to be quite a large area, but that's okay, because what I might do is sort of line it out as well to make it straight. Let's see. What's the best way of going about this? We're going to have to take these out as well. Okay, there you go. So you can see that I've kind of walled that in somewhat. And again, it's not a particularly easy to do. It's not a particularly easy thing to do because of the shape of the blocks and the fact that I don't think we've really got... I don't know. We can't really... let's see, what's the best way of doing this bit here? Like that? Not really, is it? We could do almost with some sort of more... I think there... Yeah, that will work on that side. We'll be able to sort of... If I take out these bits of wall here, we'll be able to put... Oh, is that right? Yeah, we'll be able to do that. There we go. And then that is going to be nicely sort of inlaid on both sides the same way. Okay, so here we have it. It's a slightly wonky kind of shape, and I was thinking of kind of barring the top bit there as well, but I was a bit worried that we wouldn't actually be able to get in. Let's just see if that's going to be the case. Whoops, if I place another block here, are we going to be able to get through? If I do that, are we going to be able to pass through there? Yes, we are. Okay, that should be fine then. Let's just turn these around and fill it in on this side as well. Lovely, there we go. So what you can see here, we've got a nice cozy little space, which is a slightly odd shape, but I might be able to do something about that. I'm not sure. The main thing that matters for the moment is that we can actually physically fit our bed in there. Let's just see. Ideally, I'd like to place 2 of these in here, but to be honest, perhaps not. Perhaps we don't really need to. Perhaps just 1 is going to be absolutely fine. Let's see. That's going to fit quite nicely, actually, if we just have the 1 in there. If we try and put 2, how is it going to go? Are we going to be able to do it? Now, that just clips straight through the wall slightly, so maybe I won't try and do that too much. I'm planning on doing something with that end of the room, so maybe I'll just try putting that there, and then we'll see if we can get another one alongside it. No, we can't. Not quite. Okay, so let's just pick that up, and we'll settle for having just 1 in there. There's only 1 of me, so we're fine. There we are. And if we wanted a double bed, we would have to make it rather larger, which would probably involve taking that bit out there. But what I was thinking for this corner was that we could just take these out, and if we replace that with these, basically like that, and then we just have to do the same there, which means taking these ones out, and I think that will work to make it a little bit more of a regular shape in here. Well, as you can see, we've got our cabin bed pretty much finished here. I've put some curtains on the outside of it as well. I did manage to squeeze 2 beds in there as well, so we have actually got a double bed. It's nice and simple looking. We've got a gap in the curtains there, but hey-ho, you can't win them all. Otherwise, it's pretty cozy, I think you'll agree. It's quite nice, really. It means that if you're in a lighthouse and, you know, it's nice and it's all stormy outside and things, you've got just that extra level of coziness going on there. So and it deals with this weird shaped corner in the room as well. So what we've got to do now is decorate the rest of the room. Now we have various bits of furniture here which we're going to try and do something with, but it did occur to me that first and foremost, somebody did actually mention this in the comments, and I did completely intend on placing a life ring at the end of our jetty and totally forgot to do so. So here we go. I even had it in my inventory ready. G, please. And we probably want that actually near to this end, don't we? Or somewhere like that. So let's just stick that there. And then we're properly equipped to our lighthouse. Exactly. There we go. Safety first, folks. Okay, so now we'll go back up to our bedroom, where we've got various bits of furniture to try and place. Now, normally in a bedroom, of course, you would have your side tables either side of your bed, but here we don't really have that kind of bed. So, whoops, let me just turn this around. Again, I'll put G on for all that it's going to help us at this point. And I feel like we should have these being a little bit kind of symmetrical one way or another. I've chosen this sort of orangey wood here. And we could have one either side like that, couldn't we? Provided, yeah, I think G again is not going to be our friend there. So maybe what we'll do is we'll try this. We'll try placing one there and one on the other end here, and we'll see what that looks like. There we go. Yeah, that's okay, maybe. That's all right. Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, of course, in an ideal world, you'd have a drawer underneath this setup to be able to sort of keep your stuff in as well. And then this area here, I thought it'd be quite nice if we could have a couple of chairs, maybe an occasional table, a couple of armchairs, you know, something nice and comfy. Oh, except the armchairs are unbelievably enormous. So maybe we're just going to have to deal with just having one armchair, because two are going to more than fill the space available. Let's see if that's going to be even vaguely feasible here. Let's see. Okay, there you go. So I've sort of managed to fit those two chairs in, and they kind of look like they belong there, even though they look like they're more or less one unit, but that's okay. We can deal with that. We've got a little occasional table and a plant. That's looking pretty nice, actually. And then I have got a bookcase here which I would like to be able to fit. We could do with, you know, like wardrobe space, but that doesn't really exist in the game. So let's just see if we can place this bookcase here. Yeah, we need G as well. There we are. There we go. So we've got that in the... I'm not sure I like that, actually. I'm going to take that back out again, because I'm not convinced by that. I think what we'd be better off with here is a picture. So let's do that. Again, we're going to use G. And I'm going to make this one a tall picture, like that pretty much fills the space. I'd do a big mirror if I could. And again, we don't want a curtain there. We're going to need an appropriate image. There we go. A lighthouse in a storm. Very dramatic. And I might put a couple of teeny little pictures in there as well. That might look good. Or maybe the frames would actually be bigger than the posters. So maybe we'd be better off just sticking posters up there with no frame on them at all, perhaps. I'm not sure, but other than that, this place is almost finished. I just want to add one more thing, which is, of course, a rug on the floor. So again, we're going to want a nice rug image. And we'll have something nice and simple like this. I'll just shrink that down a little bit and just make sure that it's actually round. That's still not looking ever so round. I think that's probably about round now, isn't it? And there looks pretty nice, actually. Have we got... Is that round? That's still not quite round, is it? There we go. That's pretty much round. There we are. So we'll put that there. And it might actually be quite nice to put another one on the other side, or maybe we're perfectly fine like that. That's looking nice, actually. I like that. And I think we could do with a couple of little pictures there too, but I'm going to leave that for the time being. Because, of course, to finish up with, we are going to have to, put some lighting around this place as well, and we want to make sure we've got space to do that too. We won't get the full effect until we do so. I'm really liking that, actually, with a window either side. That's looking pretty good. I do think I need a rug there as well, though. And we need some more paintings here too. Now, the next thing we've got to do is the second bedroom, which is going to be the kids' bedroom, basically. And this one's a more regular shape, a little bit more regular anyway. So we're going to go and get ourselves some furniture for that. First of all, of course, we're going to need beds. Beds. And for this, I want a bunk bed. Yep, I want to put a bunk bed in here. It's been a long time since I've used a bunk bed. For that, we're going to need iron plates and iron rods, both of which can be found. Well, I've got some in my inventory already. We haven't got much in the way of iron rods, but I have got the wherewithal to make some. So let's just make a bunch of those, and then we're going to need to make some iron rods as well. And I can't remember how many, so let's just go and check that out. We need 32, okay, and we've got 12, so that makes 4, 8. Perfect, there we go. And one bunk bed, okay. Now the kids are going to need some side tables as well, so let's just see if we can do that. We've got side tables, and do they come in sort of a white colour? Yes, they do. So we'll have a couple of those. I don't know. Maybe we need to put a desk in there for the kids. But we need some more lumber first. So bear with me while I get that. Alright, so we have a bunk bed. And we have various other bits of furniture as well. Let's just turn this around. I think probably our bunk bed should go against this wall, and if it does, somewhere in the middle, is that in the middle? Then we should be able to put a side table on either side of it, which is where a side table is supposed to go. There we go, which, yeah, is a little bit more conventional than where they are in the parents' room. There we are, one there and one there. Now, actually, I might just have to place them without the use of G, because both of them are a little bit strangely placed for my liking. There we go. There we are. That's lovely. Okay, so that's the side tables there. Now, I've also got a chest and a desk to place for these guys. So I think we're going to put the chest. The chest is like their toy box, I think. That's what we really want there, is a chest like a kid's toy box, and maybe that should go here under the window. But before we do that, because this is quite a large bit of kit, let's see if we can place this desk. And I think that ought to go there. Or maybe it ought to go... You see, makes no odds here, really, does it? We'll place that there, because that's kind of a right angle. Even though it's created with diagonals, that is sort of a right angle, actually. So that makes for a fairly nice corner to put our desk in. And then let's put our chair in front of it, just at a slight angle. There we go. And that just gives the kids the chance to do their homework, doesn't it? Oh, our desk is clipping ever so slightly through the wall there. So let's just see if we can straighten that out. There we are, that's better. And then we've got a little plant which we can put just about anywhere, actually. Maybe it'll look good on there, but to be honest, I don't know, maybe we should put it on the windowsill. Maybe that'll look nice on the windowsill there, or we're going to put a light on top of the desk probably, so let's just put this on top of the windowsill there. And then I think we will put our chest where we'd first thought of, in front of this window here. We'll use G to make sure it's straight. And then we can't really fit any shelves in here because it's a little bit on the small side. We could put some in the middle there, but as I said before, I don't really like having to come through the door and then find that there's shelves in my face immediately. So we're probably going to want a couple of pictures in here as well, just to finish the place off, and probably a rug for the kids as well. But quite where we're going to put that, I don't know. Maybe we're all right as it is, but it looks a little bit stark at the moment, so we're probably going to need some kind of decor there. Alright, so here we have the more or less completed effect, where we've got, I've put a nice sheepskin rug on the floor there, and I've given the kids a picture of a galleon on that wall, and a little bit more modern portrait of the Titanic above the desk. So barring lighting, that's pretty much done, and that leaves us with one area left to do on this floor, which is the bathroom here. Now again, slightly awkward shape, but we have managed to round out the corners a little bit, and obviously in here we're going to need to fit as many of the requisite bits of bathroom as we can manage. We're probably not going to have space for a bath, and baths are awkward to construct in any case. So what we're going to do, because there's no bath in the game, there's a toilet and there's a sink, and that's about it really. So but we will make ourselves a unit, a shower unit. So let's just see, bathroom, here we go. So we're going to need a toilet, obviously, and a toilet paper holder would be good as well, and a sink, and we may as well have ourselves a nice modern towel rack type radiator as well. Okay, so let's see what is going to go where. We've got a slightly longer bit of wall in this corner, and therefore maybe that is possibly where our toilet and sink ought to go. Let's see, should we have the sink there or the toilet there? Probably we should have the toilet where it's a little bit more private. So let's see if that can go in the middle there. And then we've got our toilet roll holder, which is probably right there. Looks better on that side for some reason to me. And then we have our sink, which probably wants to go on this wall here. Turn it around. Oops, that's a little bit high and not quite straight. There we go. Lovely. Is that attached to the wall? Yes, it is, and that appears to be the right kind of height for us as well. And then I think actually our radiator probably wants to go against this wall here. There we are. And it probably wants to be slightly elevated off the floor. There we go. Fabulous. There we are. And then that means that we have this space here, which can be free for a shower, which is what we really want in our lighthouse. So what we're going to do with that, we've got a frame there. Before we use the frame, actually, we could probably do with using one of these posters in a cunning kind of fashion, like this, to give us a shower tray. Let's just, oops, I need that to be a little bit smaller because we're going to place it here. Perhaps, oh, I don't know. Let's just get it to fill the area a little bit. Oh, wrong one. That way. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So we'll place that. And then, as I say, I have got these frames here for this. Maybe I'll use G, and maybe I won't use G, because we need that to be a little bit narrower, and maybe we need it to be a little bit shorter. Or are we going taller there? We're going taller. Okay, let's just take that in a bit. Okay, I think that's pretty much straight. Let's put that there. And then, of course, I've got some glass, which we can use as a shower screen. Do you know what? We actually need that to be the lined or frosted glass, don't we, for a shower screen? Probably we do, actually. So we'll get that. But before we do, there's one other thing we need to do to make this look like a shower, isn't there? And we're going to have to shrink that just a modicum. I think it's a little bit on the large side at the moment. So something more like that, I think, is going to be appropriate. And again, perhaps just a tad higher, like so. There we are. Lovely, there's our shower. We'll have to put some glass in there, of course, and then we are going to need quite a few more posters to sort of complete the look in here. Even if we don't have a picture on the wall, we're going to need more decor in here. I have got a plant, which we'll put on the windowsill, probably on this windowsill, otherwise it's going to get watered every time we have a shower, and it might not like that. And we could probably do with a little sort of table there, which would be quite realistic, because probably what you'd want is somewhere to put your towels. And to that end, we will just have one more image here. And again, we'll just shrink that to size. I think that's more or less what we want it to be. Like so. There we go. And we're going to need the odd other image in here as well. A bath mat would be a good one, or a shower mat in front of the shower would be a good one as well. And also a mirror, which we'll want to put above the sink. So we're going to do that just before we finish off in here. There we are. And then we just need our pane of glass to finish that off. There we go. One shower unit, which is wider than it is tall, but I don't know. It's generously sized. You're not going to hit your elbows on that. We've got a bath mat now. We've got a mirror above our sink as well. The images do tend to stand ever so slightly proud of the surface, but I think maybe the devs have done that just to make sure that we don't actually end up with them clipping quite as much as they used to. And it is more irritating when they flicker after all. So we're pretty much done here now. As you can see, we've got a heck of a lot of wall here, which means that this would be we could pretty much turn this place into an art gallery. We could have paintings all over the place. But first we are going to need to get some lighting, preferably before it gets dark outside, although that will enable us to see what we're doing a little bit better. So we're going to need wall lights for in here, I think. And then we're going to need bedside lights for side tables, for the kids' room. A desk lamp for the kids' desk as well. And wall lights for the bathroom also. Possibly a ceiling light, I'm not sure. And then this bedroom here, I think probably we could benefit from maybe... Yeah, we could have some sort of bedside lights there. But maybe possibly a standing light of some sort there. So we're going to get on and craft these lights now. And I see you guys when we're ready to place them all. Okay, so we're ready to put some lights around this place. So I've got some wall lights here. I don't know if I've got enough of them, but here they are. G, yeah, let's have that. And I feel we need some sort of here. So we'll put one there, and then we'll put one on this side as well. And these wall lights are basically for our open area here, the hallway going around to our rooms as well, and also for the bathrooms. So maybe what we need is a lamp by each of the doors as well. We've got that on just beyond the door like so. Yep, and then we'll place one next to the bathroom door as well. If there's space, there's a little bit more space on one side than on the other, which is perfect. We'll just put that there. And then we're going to have some of these in here as well. We'll put one, let's see. Yeah, we should probably have one there, shouldn't we? There we go. And one on the other side if we possibly can. Or possibly there. I don't know. Maybe we put it there. Maybe we put it there. Let's place it there. Then it's symmetrical. There we are. And that may give us enough light in there. I don't know. We may need one in the middle. We have one left. Let's put one in the middle. There we go. And then we've used all those. Super. There we are. So that's that lit up. Now, if we go to the master bedroom, I have got a pair of lights here. Yeah, G doesn't work with these. A pair of lights here, which hopefully, they're a little bit yellowish. I'd rather they were sort of a bit whiter to match the rest of the decor, but there you go. One of those either side, which looks kind of nice actually. I quite like that. And then we do have a standard lamp here as well, which I'd like to place here if we possibly can. I think that's placing right and not clipping through the door. Nice. So that's going to be that's going to look nice with our little chairs set up there, so we can sit here and gaze out the window, or rather, yeah, I'm sort of standing on the seat. Hopefully they'll sort that out at some point, so we're actually sitting down, because we should be a lot lower than that. There we go. A look out at the evening drawing in. That's very nice in here. I'd like to have the ability to lower the intensity of lights in this game, because sometimes they can be a little bit too much. And then last but not least, we have the kids' room here, where we're going to place an angle poised lamp on the desk. And I think I'm going to put that there. There we are. And we're going to put a couple of more modern looking little... We're a bit limited as to our choice of lights in this game, but we're going to put a couple of more modern looking little bedside lights in there. They look almost like electric candles, but there we are. So the kids' room still looks a little bit on the stark side, but as I say, that is partly due to the fact that we just don't have that much choice in the way of objects in the game. And a lot of the time, if you want to create your own objects, it means, like I did with the castle, painstakingly going round and sort of sticking posters all over the place. And while that doesn't seem to affect the performance of the game, it certainly takes an awful long time. And as I say, at the moment, time's a little bit at a premium, so we're going to just, you know, we're going to be a little bit more economical than perhaps I have been with these builds. So there we are, folks. That is this floor completed. So now we can pack up the tent that's in the basement, because we have got a more conducive, a more pleasant place to stay. This is my room, this one right here. Nice. I like it a lot. So I would like to contrive somewhere to put one of those wicker chairs outside as well, because I love those. I think they're great, and I think that they would fit in nicely with our sort of slightly nautical theme. As I say, a couple more pictures there might be nice too, actually. Let's just see if we can put one up. That's a little bit on the large side, isn't it? And again, we'll shrink that down, and we'll just have this as like a poster or a frameless image. And that is the Copenhagen mermaid, which I think we just need to make her a little bit smaller. I think she is more or less the right kind of dimensions there. There we are. Lovely. And we'll probably have another little one on the other side of some sort as well, perhaps. Or perhaps we're perfectly fine with that there. Or maybe should have gone in the middle. No, I think we should have another answering image the opposite side, but I'm not quite sure what of. Anyway, I don't suppose it matters. For now, it is extremely dark out there. I can only imagine that we've got a bit of a foggy night going on. So I'm going to settle in for the night. As you can see, our lighting is perfectly good here. The whole of this floor seems to be very adequately lit up, apart from, unfortunately, that rug, which doesn't seem to that often happens, I find. Look, that rug's gone as well. Yeah, our lighting up here, if anything, is a little on the bright side. And as I say, I would like the option to be able to ideally alter the intensity, but whether we get that option or not, I don't know. We need a few more pictures around the place, and I will do that off camera. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you like how the build is going. If you enjoyed it, do let me know. Hit that like button. Also, give me some suggestions and keep the tips coming in. And I do hope you'll join me for the next episode, when we will go up a story and do a bit more decorating. And I don't know how many episodes it's going to take to finish decorating. Ideally, I'd like to finish it in the next one, but we'll see how it goes. It can take quite a lot of time. So, guys, until the next episode, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye-bye for now.